Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? I was thinking about it today, and I realized a lot of the videos I've made recently have been kind of serious. And I just wanted to take a step back and say, hey, you know what? I still like going out and killing some orcs. Sometimes that's what I want to do in a role-playing session. They don't have to be orcs. But, sometimes I just want to escape. I just want to go have some fun. I want to, maybe life is getting me down. Maybe I just want to, escape from my mundane life for just a few hours. And maybe I'm feeling a little bit powerless in my own life over something. And I want to go and inhabit the mind, the shoes of somebody who is more competent than I am, or more competent in certain areas, and that can be a lot of fun. And sometimes, really, that's just what I want to do, is go kill the orcs, go chase and catch the bad guy, go stop the bomb before it goes off, go stop the cultists from performing this ritual before they summon God knows what. If they summon God knows what, we put the genie back in the bottle. And I enjoy that, living the larger than life character every once in a while. Where they can do things that I just can't do. Like, be honest, like the characters I made recently to go play in role-playing games, my guy Philippe Moreau in Musketeer games, I made him a Musketeer's Musketeer. He's incredibly competent at sword fighting and swashbucklery and swinging on ropes and acrobatics and athletics and climbing and breakfall and all these great things, and riding his horse, doing all kinds of nifty tricks on that, because that's the kind of character I wanted to play. He's lousy at other stuff, and he doesn't always succeed at the stuff he's good at. But it's kind of fun to play somebody that can really do some really over-the-top stuff. And sometimes that's exactly what I'm looking for in a game session. Maybe not the entire session, I don't necessarily want to have it from beginning to end be this just superhero frenzy. But I like those times when I can, when it's time for me to do the thing I'm good at, I'm usually pretty good at it. And I can usually look pretty cool doing it, whatever it happens to be. Even another character like Spencer Halliday that I made in the first Hollow Earth Expedition game I played in, he was really good at being a con man. He was really good at he had a jack-of-all-trades talent, so he could do a whole bunch of stuff a little bit. Very overconfident. Really fun character to play, in that way. But once again, I'm stepping into the shoes of somebody that has this, different skill set than I do, and is really competent. It's a lot of fun. For me, the part of the difference is, do you want this to happen all session, or just for parts of the session? But here's the real kicker to me, is sometimes these poignant moments that you didn't plan for show up anyway. They just kind of emerge. I like when things like that are just plain old emergent rather than planned for, where you have those cathartic moments where the relationships you have with the other characters become more real. Where you have these conflicts, where you have these things where you're doubting your own motivations as a character. You're wondering, what you should do next. When Philippe Moreau, just in the last session I had, that's the one that's sticking in my craw at the moment. When he watched his friend, murder the werewolf. When he, had to kill some people and fight some people that really weren't a match for him. He's starting to kind of, reconsider a little bit like his approach to life. Does he always want to just, well, he doesn't shoot very much, he draws a sword, but shoot first and ask questions later? Does he want to, take a different tack on how he's handling conflicts? And, here's the thing, when those poignant moments show up, does the player feel it? Or does the character feel it? Or a little bit of both? Sometimes that frame between, player and character, at least in my experience, can get a little fuzzy for a second, and there can be some bleed in and bleed out of emotions. And I don't always mind that. Sometimes that can be really cool. And sometimes too, like I'm thinking, it struck me, all of a sudden, if you have something like that happen, and you start to become unsatisfied, like I think I'd like to focus on something a little bit different in this game. I don't want to leave this game. I like this character. I want to maybe have this character focus on something else. Is that the player that wants to change their focus or their approach to life, or is it the character, or is it both? Things like that really intrigue me. And then sometimes I'll make that change, and sometimes I'll just, just tighten my belt and pull myself by my bootstraps and go kill some more orcs. What about you?